still sitting at a solid 25 frames per second. That's good. Tempo swapper. Click to play. So, the other arrow keys. There's music. That's always good. So, oh, okay. Okay,
so when the timer elapses, you moves to your position?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, it's actually kind of a funny way of, the audio was... That was the most brutal way of dying.
How do you actually kill the spiders?
You actually have to...
Oh. Yeah, that's harsh.
Okay, it's one hit kill, I get it. You're supposed to swap positions with them so that you're... There we go.
Wow. So you have to like be standing almost right on top of one?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's tough.
The music is pretty freaking awesome.
I can hear the sound of the spiders just coming through the headphones, even though I'm not wearing them.
I am having a hard time playing this. Oh, is it auto-locking? No, it's actually just following my mouse. I like how her right arm goes through her left arm right there. It's perfect. Oh yeah, there was that bug, I forgot about that. Maybe it's gonna be something like, okay, I don't know how that happened. Some of these boulders have bigger collider boxes, it seems like. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. You had to like select something that's really large. Or not touch spiders. I've got you now. Now I don't have you.
Does it kill them, like, if the spider is in between your location and the object's location, it warps? Or does it really just have to be that you have to be standing right next to it?
Yeah, it looks like you have to actually be standing right next to it.
So you could be further away when you start the timer, but like right as the meter's about to fill, you could move towards the spider, I guess. So you're not having to be in danger at all times. I'm just trying to figure out kind of what the strategy is here, or the intended strategy.
Each object actually has a bigger collider box than your character is. So the point is trying to use advantage of that. So let's say I have this gigantic boulder here, then it's easier for me to kill because it's larger.
It's just not that much bigger than...
Right. So somehow if I was under the sky, then those statues will start making sense.
So this is a good question in our Twitch chat. Speak Up Games asks, can you just block the entrances?
I don't see the benefit of that because the whole point is,
you get points for killing the spiders.
Right.
I mean, you could kind of...
This is brutal!
Yeah, this seems rough. I mean, as tough as it is to just kill one spider, I feel like you wouldn't stand a chance against multiple. So you could like block off 2 out of 3 entrances just to try to decrease the amount of spiders that get in. But it seems like they're maybe just walking straight over the stuff.
They're not actually. Those colliders actually keep them from moving. But it's so hard to like manage yourself to not be collided with the spiders.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a matter of the object kind of moving to you and having like a path that it follows, then you could just kind of, you could pull the boulder towards you in such a way that it goes over the spiders and you wouldn't have to be constantly standing next to them. But as it stands, it's just it feels like a kind of a bit of a flawed
Right.
game
The attack
mechanic in a
system
way.
is very flawed.
Yeah,
Like,
unless
if it was
unless
more-
there's something we're missing about it that I'm just not understanding.
Honestly, as a combat device, it's very bad because up to the majority of the moment here, I've been dying from walking into them rather than because they ran into me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm not at fault here. I feel like the game is being unfair to me. And I mean, I understand there was a time when it's hard to brainstorm on games. It's a skill. I don't get why that didn't hit him at all.
Yeah, I mean, even just having some objects whose size was much larger than you, like more exaggerated, because as far as we can see, the biggest object in here is like that boulder, basically, and it's just not. You know, obviously, the larger the object is that you're warping into your position, the bigger hit radius it's going to have, so you don't have to stand as close to the spider. But as it stands, you really seem like you have to stand almost right next to it, to the point where you're just accidentally going to get eaten. Like, it's almost inevitable.
Oh, I died instantly.
So those are the sorts of balance things that are always really tricky to work out within, you know, the 72-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
So we completely understand. We've been there many times before. But yeah, I can see how this would be a very frustrating experience as it stands right now.
Oh, that's an interesting strategy there. I can charge it on something else in the meantime. I think it's
What is
a
that?
complete accident. Like,
Oh, is it like a bug it carries over?
yeah.
Or maybe that is intentional.
I don't know whether it's intentional or not, but
Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything to really help with your main issue, which is having to stand right next to the spider at the end of the thing. I mean, I suppose you could kind of, because you can sort of freely move these objects around to your position, you could kind of set things up around the spider such that it can't really move too much. And then you could try to kill it, like, slightly more safely, but that really seems like it'd be really hard to set up. Because it's kind of a painstaking process to do. But you're starting to at least get a sense of where the collision boxes are a little more. So, Taro is making progress. Yeah, Feed or Fede3751 says in the Twitch chat the music is really cool.
I do agree.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. I really like the sound effect of the spiders, even though I'm just hearing it, like, the residual noise through the headphones that I'm not wearing. Like, I can tell, like, it sounds really creepy. I like the visuals, too. I really like the kind of old school NES presentation. It's nice. Speak Up Games says this mechanic would be neat in a puzzle game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with. I feel like this was made to be a puzzle game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really just those darn spiders eating us that are making a source of frustration at the moment. Cool. All right. Well.
Yeah, I'm about to call it quits. I'm sure somebody's good at this game. I'm not one of them, and I'm honestly much more frustrated than enjoying this game, to be completely honest. Oh, I beat my high score.
Oh man.
Yeah.
A lot of spiders. You did it.
I did it. Yeah.
Alright, so that was Temple Swapper.
Yeah. I like the idea. I genuinely think that's a very innovative idea, but it was just incorrectly used.
Yeah. I mean, I think the easiest way to keep it mostly as it is right now and make it a little bit easier would just be to add bigger like boulders, effectively, because then you don't need to get as close to the spiders. And then obviously there's more kind of fundamental tweaks you could do beyond that. But
so to explain my ratings here, innovation I've already explained. Fun, it was more frustrating than fun to me. Theme, excuse me, there's nothing more to add. It is a game on one screen. Graphics. I bogged it down to, you know what, I'm going to give it a 4 because I realized what was going on.
Yeah.
Those that just one single bizarre bug where your right arm was going through your left arm, that was going to dock a 0.4, but other than that, you know, the graphics is pretty good actually.
Yeah, they were nice.
I think it could have used a little more animations, especially in regards to like whether the spider was going to chase after you or not. I was kind of bugged by that. Excuse the pun.
So to speak.
Yes. Audio I thought was awesome.